Bill, will you tell us about 350.org?
350.org is the first big global grassroots climate change movement. It takes its somewhat odd name from what the scientists tell us is the most carbon we could safely have in the atmosphere, 350 parts per million. A number, sadly, that we're already well past. The atmosphere is about 395 parts per million CO2, which is why the Arctic is melting. It's why we're seeing drought and flood and an acidifying ocean. It's why we're in trouble. We organize in pretty much every country on Earth except North Korea. And CNN has called it the most widespread political activity in the planet's history. At the moment, we're really gearing up to try and take on the fossil fuel industry as an industry because we think it's the heart of the problem that we face.
Do you think that we will be able to survive climate change as a species?
I imagine no matter what happens, some part of our species will survive. We're an adaptable lot. But it's already impossible. I mean, there are already many, many, many people dying and being sickened by the rising temperature on this planet, and most of them are people who have done nothing to cause the problem. And we're very much at the beginning of this crisis. Unless we get our act together, the temperature that's risen 1 degree so far will go up 4 or 5 degrees. Clearly that will be untenable for civilizations. Our species will make it through probably, but not the world that we know.
What motivates you, Bill McKibben?
The fact that there are people all over the world willing to fight, especially people who didn't cause this problem, seems to me to confer an obligation on all the rest of us to do all that we can. And I very much like the world that I was born into. It's a very sweet, still, beautiful world. It seems well worth one's life's efforts to try and keep it a little bit intact, Also, some part of me is just annoyed by the fact that we don't need to do this, that our big brains have been sufficient to give us early warning and to provide the possible alternatives. And now we just need to summon the kind of big heart connected to that big brain to really do what we need to do in the short time that we have. So I like human beings, and I don't want to think that we're just too dumb or stubborn not to do the things that we need to do.